Russians may be banned from making anonymous complaints. Olga Timofeyeva, head of the State Duma Committee for Development of Civil Society, said that deputies should not respond to anonymous complaints. According to her, they simply cannot cope with the huge amount of them. In the near future, her committee is going to come up with a legislative initiative that would regulate Russian appeals to officials.
The deputy reminded that Russians could freely address questions to the authorities, but according to the law, a letter must include the surname, first name, patronymic, date and address, and a personal signature. And when filling a complaint electronically, it is necessary to specify an email address from the Telegram channel The Moscow Times.
Denunciations in Russia has reached epidemiological proportions. In Kamchatka, a doctor was fined for discrediting the army. The denunciation was written by her colleague, who recorded their conversation on a dictaphone. In her office, Natalia Yatsenko from Viluchinsk City Hospital called Russia an aggressor country.
According to the court ruling, the doctor called Russia an aggressor and also complained that her grandchildren in Ukraine sleep in the corridor almost every night. She also said that a social part of the Russian population came to fight against Ukraine, and because of their actions, Ukrainian children are dying. From publication in The Insider.
Meanwhile, the fight against alleged LGBTQ Plus propaganda in Russia turned into a witch hunt. Margarita Katsenko denounced the head of the settlement and his wife, the director of the House of Culture, for the fact that the local youth made a performance in the snow maiden costumes. The informer saw this as an attempt on traditional values. The villagers were outraged by the denunciation and filed a police report against Kotenko.
Margarita tried to pass off a humorous skit of teenagers communicating with other citizens in chat rooms as something beyond our traditional values. Alexander Osipov, governor of the Transbaikal region, on Telegram.
On November 30th, 2023, in closed session, the Russian Supreme Court recognized international LGBTQ Plus movement as an extremist organization. Now Russians can be fined or sent to prison for using LGBTQ Plus symbols for atheism, communication in social media, and of course, for protests.
They will be prosecuted for rainbow flags published in social networks 10 to 15 years ago. They can be prosecuted for publication of other symbols which law enforcers will consider as prohibited symbols of the LGBTQ plus movement.
In the meantime, State Duma Deputy Alexei Zhuravlev is demanding a ban on stickers and emojis, which, on his opinion, promote non-traditional values. According to him, they have a bad influence on children. Some toys are also suspected of a bad influence on the younger generation. Russian authorities decided to check them for extremism and links with foreign agents. The Federation will conduct a psychological and pedagogical examination of dolls, stuffed animals, and construction sets. According to the organization Russian Quality System, toys can provoke young Russians to use drugs and pose a danger if they are made by so-called foreign agents. They have already investigated Barbie dolls and Huggy Wuggy toys. However, researchers' predictions failed. Most children were not frightened by plush monster toys. Reported by Anastasia Tarnavska, Victoria Smirnova, UATV News.